Hi everybody, Ellen here. Today I come to you guys with my most anticipated releases of January through March of 2020. This year I've actually decided to split the videos up, so I will have several of these videos just to be able to find out about more updates and books that are kind of announced a little bit later in the year, and beautiful covers. So yeah, let's get started because I have 10 books to talk about. The first one is A Lucky Caller by Emma Mills. This one is released January 14th. And this one is about Nina, and she actually decides to take on a radio broadcasting in her senior class, but it doesn't really end up like she predicted, because it's a complete disaster. They don't really know what they're doing. Her previous childhood best friend Jamie is actually in this group as well, and that was kind of a person that she was hoping to kind of stay away from for the rest of her life, but obviously that didn't go very well. She is about to come down on this radio broadcast, and also she's having some problems with her family because it's kind of an upheaval and everything like that. And I have read I think 4 of Emma Mills' previous books, and I really enjoyed them, and I really look forward to reading another one of hers. And now we have Spell Hacker by M.K. England, and magic was once freely available. It's kind of a natural resource, really. Then an earthquake comes and this releases this sort of magical plague, and a lot of people end up dying, like thousands and thousands of people end up dying. And that opens up the door for a very greedy corporation, make mass a commodity, and it's tightly controlled, and of course is outrageously expensive for the ones that actually do want it. And this sounds like a really cool concept. So far it's not a lot of people that have rated it, but it does have good ratings so far. And this book is supposed to be released on January 21st. Then we have What I Carry by Jennifer Longo. This is supposed to be a perfect book for the ones I've read, Far From the Tree by Robin Benway. That was definitely a book I really enjoyed a lot. But this one we meet Muir, can't pronounce that. But she's been in and out of foster homes. She's sort of kind of been just sent around from place to place. She packed really lightly because she knows she won't be staying at the particular place for very long. She's 70 years old. In a year she's actually out of the system, because then she will officially be 18 and will be counting as an adult. But yes, she's packing really lightly. She doesn't really make any friends or have a boyfriend or everything until she arrives at one of her new foster cares, where she actually ends up meeting Francine, Kiera and Sean, and maybe things go a little bit differently than she had originally thought. This book also comes out on January 21st. And then we have Yes, No, Maybe So by Becky Albertalli and Aisha Saeed, and this one is supposed to come out on February 4th. And as always, you guys know I love Becky Albertalli's books, so of course I need to put this one on my list. We meet 2 different characters. We meet Jamie Goldberg. He is volunteering at his local state Senate candidate, and he's sort of behind the scenes, and he doesn't really like to speak with people he doesn't know. He doesn't like speaking in front of other people or anything like that. He doesn't even want to knock doors and trying to convince people to vote for the Senate, and that is until he meets Maya. And Maya's having the worst Ramadan ever. Her best friend is too busy to hang out. Her summer trip is cancelled, and now her parents are also separating. She's not having the time of her life, exactly, if you put it like that. She doesn't really understand why her mother feel like the solution to everything is to be involved in the political canvassing, especially with this really awkward dude that she doesn't even know, and she doesn't really understand what her mom thinks though. So I'm guessing these 2 characters will, meet and get to know each other and like each other a bit better than right now. And then we also have Heartstopper Volume 3, supposed to come out on February 6th. I have read the previous 2 novels, these graphic novels actually, by Alice Oseman. It's amazing. It's about, 2 guys trying to find themselves in the world, and they're kind of falling for each other, and one is sort of unsure of what his sexual orientation is, and it's just really beautifully written and illustrated graphic novel about finding out who you are and that you don't really need to put a label on yourself or anything like that. And it's so freaking cute, and I cannot wait for the third volume to come out because I adore these characters so much. And now we have The Shadow Between Us by Tricia Levenseller. This one is supposed to come out on February 25th, and I have read 2 books. That's not true. I've read 2 different things from Tricia Levenseller. One is Daughter of the Pirate King duology, and then also Warrior of the Wild. I did really enjoy all of those 3 books. Definitely the Daughter of the Pirate King duology was so good. But this one is a little different. It's a fantasy novel. It's about Alessandra, and she's tired of being overlooked. She has a plan to gain power, and it's actually like a 3-point list for this. And the first one is to woo the Shadow King. The second is to marry him, and the third one is to kill him and take his kingdom for herself. And it's just different from everything else. So I really hope this is not going to turn into some kind of love fest, but it probably will. I don't know. But so far it has pretty darn good ratings, so I'm really interested to find out what is going to happen. And now we have The Winter Duke by Claire Eliza Bartlett. This one is supposed to come out on March 3rd. This one we meet the Duke's daughter, and she's the only survivor of a magical curse. Seems like a lot of curses and plagues and stuff in this sort of most anticipated release is released. And Ikaru's brother is finally named the heir, and then there's nothing that will keep her home anymore. Nothing will make her stay there, and she just want to run away. Not even the mesmerizing underwater kingdom that provides her family with magic, but it's just an escape is within which her parents and 12 siblings fall under a strange sleeping sickness. And since everybody in her family is asleep, Elekata actually inherits the title of Duke, her brother's warrior Brad, and even encroaching challenges from without and within. So it sounds really cool, and I really have high hopes for this one, and we'll see how it goes. Then we have The Kingdom of Back by Marie Lu. This one is supposed to come out March 3rd as well. I have read a few of her books. I really did enjoy the Warcross duology. This one more of a historical fiction kind of book, and we meet Mozart. So there's 2 siblings, both have brilliant talents, but there's only one that can be Mozart. So guess we're going to find out the Mozart part of things. Then we have Hearts, Heroes and Heath Hall by Casey West. I think that's the American title for this book actually, because there's another one that says Moment of Truth. So I think that's the British one. I'm not sure. It does have 2 different names on Goodreads at the moment. But either way, it will be published on March 3rd. You guys know I'm a Casey West addict. I mean, you can totally see that I have a lot of her books right here. I have even more down below that you can see, and more on my to-read shelf because I'm planning to reread them. So we meet Hadley Moore. She definitely knows who she is. She's a swimmer. She wants to earn a scholarship to be able to go to college. And she definitely feels like it's worth all the hard work to be able to get there. But then one day she meets this guy, Heath Hall, and he crashes the swim meet, and she isn't amused because he's sort of dressed as the Hollywood's latest action hero. And she's determined to make sure he doesn't bother her again. Only she's not sure exactly who he is, and she's just trying to figure out who Heath Hall is. So it sounds definitely a little bit of a different twist on a Casey West book, but I do love her writing, and her characters are always really awesome, so I really look forward to reading this one. And like I said, it comes out on March 3rd. Now we have The Vanishing Deep by Asa Schulte. I don't really know how to pronounce her last name, I'm sorry. But this one is also supposed to come out on March 3rd. And this sounds like a really cool concept. Meet Tempe, and she was born in a world of water. When the great waves destroyed her planet, its people had to learn to survive living on the water. But the ruins of these cities below still called for them, and Tempe dives daily to scavenge the ruins of the city that is below water. And she keeps selling off the things she finds out in the water, and the reason for this is because she wants to save her sister's life. For a price, the research facility on the island of Palindromira will revive the dearly departed sister for 24 hours before returning them to death. And it isn't a heartfelt reunion the 10 days after. She wants answers, and she really wants to know some answers from her sister. Her sister was responsible for the death of their parents, and she wants to know why she did what she did. So it sounds really cool, both about the underwater city and trying to survive on a planet with pretty much just water, and I want to know what happened to the parents and why the sister died and everything like that. So sounds really interesting, and like I said, it will be out on March 3rd. Those were all of the 10 books I'm going to talk about today. If you have any interest in reading any of these books, please let me know down below which ones you're thinking about reading, or maybe you have one of these lists yourself where you most anticipated releases. Please let me know down below which books you're looking forward to. And yeah, if you like this video, please don't forget to give me some thumbs up, and also don't forget to subscribe to my channel by clicking the button down below. And yeah, I hope we see each other in the next one. Bye.